The amazing true stories of errors and omissions. In this edition, attention to detail. Not long ago, a customer who operated automobile dealerships asked his agent to procure employment practices liability insurance coverage for his business. The agent passed the request along to his agency producer, who apparently did not have a lot of time for all of the pesky details. The agency producer issued a binder providing EPLI coverage for prior acts. Under the section for retroactive date, it stated matching expiry. When the policy was issued, it not only included exclusionary language for prior acts, but the retroactive date was mistakenly noted as the inception date of the new policy. Shortly thereafter, 3 employees of the customer filed a wrongful termination lawsuit. The insurance carrier denied the claims on the basis that the claims arose from acts that occurred prior to the retroactive date on the policy. Because neither the agent nor the agency producer bothered to review the policy, which would have uncovered the problems, an E&O claim was made against the agent. In another example, a customer called her agent to request a garage keeper's liability policy. She said she was opening a location where she planned to repair and refurbish classic automobiles. After some discussions about the amount of coverage the customer wanted, the agent bound a garage keeper's liability policy with limits of $30,000. 2 months later, the garage caught on fire. The customer submitted a claim and the carrier paid out the $30,000 policy limit. Unsatisfied, the customer filed a lawsuit against the agent, stating that she had requested $300,000 in coverage. During the E&O claim investigation, the agent stated that the customer was not initially sure of how much coverage she wanted. After some discussion, she decided that she wanted $30,000, given that her business was just getting started. The customer, on the other hand, denied requesting the $30,000 amount and stated that as far as she was aware, $300,000 was the coverage she had. So who was telling the truth? It turned into a credibility contest between the agent and customer. It did not help the agent's credibility when it was discovered that the policy had never been delivered to the customer. In this final example, a customer purchased a package policy for her 2 restaurants. An agency producer handled the transaction for the agency. Later, the customer filed a claim after her 2nd restaurant location was destroyed by a fire. The carrier paid out the policy limits of $400,000 on the claim. But now the customer was on fire. She immediately filed a lawsuit against the agent, stating that she had worked with the agency producer to increase the coverage to $1 million with an umbrella policy for both locations. And given that her fire damages totaled $900,000, she was suing for the $500,000 that she was out of pocket. During the E&O investigation, the agent explained that his office was not very experienced with commercial business and that he had the agency producer handle the policy, but he was no longer employed at the agency. When the E&O adjuster tracked down the former agency producer, he said that he had indeed informed the customer that the $1 million policy would apply to both locations and operate as blanket coverage. With the former agency producer's statement, the E&O claim was resolved and the $500,000 difference was paid to the customer by the E&O carrier. Oh, snap! So here's what we've learned. If a policy is being handled by the agency producer, it should always be thoroughly reviewed by the agency producer and the agent before it is issued. If you are unfamiliar with any aspect of your business, don't just hand it over to someone else in the agency who you think may be more knowledgeable. Know the business you sell, because no matter who touched the policy, the agent is responsible for the actions of their staff. See you next time on The Amazing True Stories of Errors and Omissions. Click on the forward arrow to continue.